Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a little bit of a makeup haul that I have collected over the last 2 weeks with new releases and various cult favorite makeup items that I currently do not own but I now own and want to give them a try. So we're going to start out with what I got from Ulta. The first thing I got from there was the 35G Bronze Goals Morphe palette. I've heard kind of mixed reviews on this. Some people say it's patchy and it doesn't work. Others say you need to, scrape off the first layer and then it's really pretty. And then there's other ones where like, oh, well, it just worked for me right out of the box. So I'm guessing there's kind of some formula issues or just opinion on the honest user of it. I have yet to touch it. So this is what the palette looks like. It's really, pretty. The color choices you've got, lots of golds. I'm going to swatch a couple of the matte shades and some of the shimmer shades for you all. On the box, I wonder if it tells me. It's to bronze out and keep on glowing with these beyond creamy, highly pigmented, super blendable eyeshadows. A tantalizing mix of shimmer coppers, matte browns, and glistening golds. And this palette is totes golds. So let's see how it holds up. I'm going to take the shade Sandy right here, and I think I'll do Glow On right here, and maybe this shade here, which is Hotness, and then we'll do a couple down here in a second. So they don't lie about how creamy they are. It's really, really super smooth feeling, which I really do like. The smoother the mattes are, the less dusty they are. There's not a whole lot of kickback on the pan or anything, which is really, really nice in the matte. So the shimmer one, its payoff is really nice on the finger. Let's see how it goes when you apply. Ooh, it's pretty but light. This one's real light, so this could probably work as a highlight on your brow bone, just with one shade. And then this. Ooh, look how that is really pretty. I mean, stunning. Ooh, it's really pretty on the arm too. Wow, that's real pretty. That is extremely pretty. So you've got the shade Sandy. Glow On, and Hotness. So there. That's actually really, really nice. I didn't even have to move the first layer of anything to get anything to show up. So let's continue on. I think I'm going to take the shade So Golden Night Dip. This is So Golden. This is Night Dip, and I think this shade right here, which is Tan Up. There's a little bit of it on the darker spectrum. Tan Up is not as smooth as the first one, and a little bit patchy on the swatching. But we all know the swatching is not honestly really honesty. This color, the So Golden shade, is absolutely, look at that, that's beautiful. Let's see how it goes on. Ooh, this would definitely be a shade I would probably dip into quite a lot because I stick more onto the gold side for a lot of looks, but that's just because of where I go. So Night Dip, a little bit, I don't know, I didn't like the feeling of it. I mean, it's really pretty, but I mean, it's just how it feels. It feels real tacky. sticky. I don't know. So as you can see on my arm, we've got the Tan Up, So Golden, and then Night Dip right here. Relatively really gorgeous in my opinion. Very easy, smooth feeling. So this palette will definitely be one that'll probably get quite a lot of use this summer. Bold looks are kind of frowned upon where I work at, which is no big deal for me, especially when you've got a palette that works super incredibly. We'll have to see how it actually works with brushes, but that'll be for another video. I've thought about getting a couple more Morphe things, like the new bronzers, and then doing kind of like a first impressions video. If that's something you'd like to see, comment down below for me and I will get right on it. So the next thing I bought from Ulta is the Colourpop Villains collection. I've got the Ursula set. I wasn't a big fan of the palette like in person, but I'm seeing all these really beautiful looks. I may go back and possibly buy it. Odds are I will go back and buy it. But in here you've got a shadow, a Super Shock highlighter, a lipstick, and a lip gloss. I actually have Melissa Fent's lip gloss in here, not actually Ursula's lip gloss. Lipstick. My sister wanted it, so we traded it. So I actually technically bought the Melissa Fent one too. Just gave it to my sister. So this is how it looks on the inside. Very shimmery and purple. It's really, their Super Shock highlighters are always on point. Beyond. Oh, it feels so, so great. Here is the color. Really pretty. Gorgeous. Ooh, and on the skin it just gives such a, I don't know if you can see that real well. There we go. Oh, that's really pretty. Holy cow. Yeah, definitely will probably become an everyday highlighter for me. I tend to go a little bit on the purpley side. It's really pretty. Or my mom might steal it, one of the two. The other thing is the Melissa Fent lipstick. Ursula came with a lot of a darker lipstick. Dark lipsticks don't look too good on me, so that's one of the reasons why I traded it with my sister. This is the Luxe lipstick, so it's really creamy and beyond pigmented. This is definitely one I can see myself wearing quite a lot. The other thing is this ultra glossy lip in the shade Sad But True. It's really glittery, but I really don't like the applicator. It's very stiff, and I would kind of prefer a non-brush like. You can't, it's just a gloss. You really can't. It has a little bit of a shimmer and it went out in the sunlight. Other than that, it's just kind of giving you a wet look on the lips. And I think, yeah, that was all that I got from Ulta. I have a few things on the way from Ulta during the 21 Days of Beauty. So fair warning, there will be a 21 Days of Beauty haul coming up soon. I didn't pick up too much because this one just didn't really excite me. There was not a whole lot that I wanted, but that's okay. Usually the fall is more my favorite one. Anyways, the first thing I picked up from Ulta, from Sephora, is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Highlighters. And I got these shades. Just tell me on here. Hold on, let me open up the first one. It doesn't tell me the shade name on it, but I believe the gold one is So Hollywood. Yeah, so Hollywood. And this packaging, holy cow, is that beautiful. The glitter and everything, it's well done on the packaging. I have to say that it is gorgeous. The other one I got was Snowflake. Yeah, that's right, Snowflake. And even is packaging. It's just the glitter. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. For time's sake, I'm not going to open these and do a little bit of a swatch. You've seen quite a lot of them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And that's just because the tag, the little thingy on there is actually really hard to get with my long nails. So the video would become relatively really long if I were to sit here and pick at it until it opened. The other thing that I got was the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Balm highlighter. I have been wanting this for quite some time. I just been putting off buying it. You know, I really couldn't justify $38 for a highlighter, but then again I bought 2 of the Anastasia Amorisi highlighters at $29, so I kind of just went for it instead. And again, the packaging, oh my lord, this is just beautiful, stunning. I've seen Tarte use it and it just, I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. I was like, it's so beautiful on the skin. I have yet to touch this. Just, oh my god, it's beautiful. I mean, oh, and how it feels. Ooh, that's really, really pretty. Like, oh my lord. Oh. Probably, honestly, this might be in my everyday kind of sparkly looks. I really like the subtle glow, but I also sometimes I need like this extra pump, especially this week. I've got presentations all over the place and I really need to be on my game this week, so always making, like, doing something a little special like makeup kind of picks my day up, makes me less stressed out. While I was at Sephora, I was able to pick up 2 of the Drunk Elephant B-Hydra Intensive Hydration Serums. I got these with my points down in Pensacola. I also picked up another sample from them in the Drunk Elephant that kind of requires you to use this in the one of the oils. I'm trying to help with my lovely fine lines at 22 on my forehead from all the stress from engineering school. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, honestly. I really do love engineering. So I will take the stress, the fine lines, and the lovely, lovely gray hairs any day and every day, because I get to do exactly what I love. And that's just doing math and creating things and being surrounded by people that I enjoy being around too. Quite a lot of engineers are pretty fascinating people. The other thing I picked up was the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas Filter Finish Protective Primer. I got the mini because I couldn't justify $52 on a primer when I have a bazillion and a half primers. And I have the dupe, actually the e.l.f. one, in my everyday use, so I wanted to give this a try, see if there's any differences. And if I actually end up liking this quite a lot, I probably will purchase the full one later on down the line. Ooh, that's like, it's really, really soft. I can definitely tell the difference between this and the e.l.f. one quite a lot. And then this is what the mini one looks like on the outside. Okay. So the last 2 things I picked up are some of the new release eyeshadow palettes, I picked up the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea High Tides and Good Vibes eyeshadow palette. Now when I saw this on my Facebook group, I was just kind of like, I like it and I don't really like it. It was kind of a back and forth kind of view again with people who are getting on the palette. But in all honesty, one of the few main reasons I bought it is the blue shade. And can we just talk about this packaging? Oh my, it's got a little turtle and the water moves. This thing is, one, fun to sit here and kind of move the water back and forth, and it's stunning on the inside. I mean, can we just like look at that? I mean, that's just beautiful. I mean, the colors are, oh my god. I got two of the see the change hashtags, little things that go on the inside of it. So I did some swatches in store before I bought this down at Pensacola, and I did learn that the glitters in here, the four glitters you get right here, I do recommend applying a glitter primer or using glitter glue with this before applying the glitter, or the glitter's just gonna go everywhere. And for the sake of my bed, we're not going to swatch the glitters. I am going to swatch one of the mattes and then do the blue shimmer for you all. I remember how creamy these things are. Well, at least the shimmers. The matte is a little rough, the shade Beach Therapy. Actually, it's really, really rough. And, but it goes on really nicely. I have to say, it's a really smooth applying. That's real nice. And then this deep blue kind of feels a little bit gritty too here. I guess, different weather. My fingers may have been a little bit different, but this blue is absolutely stunning. Let me do one more for you. Let's do the Buried Gold one. These colors are beautiful. Holy cow. So we've got the Beach Therapy is the first one. Deep Blue is the second one. And this last one, the shimmer right here, is Buried Gold. They're really, really pretty. The matte on me is kind of a little too light, which is actually kind of surprising because I have a hard time getting mattes that are light enough for me to use as a transition shade. Everything is just so dark on my pale complexion. It kind of sucks, but you kind of roll with it. God gave me this skin and I absolutely love my skin. Wouldn't trade it for the world, in my opinion. Yes, I really do hate the acne that I get from it, and the consistent, ever-changing dry, oily. I mean, safe to say I am a combination skin, but it's not like where it's like certain areas are dry and certain areas are oily. It's like, oh, one day I'm going to be really, really oily, and the next day, well, Sierra, hello, you're gonna have dry as the desert skin. And I'm like, pick one. That's all I gotta tell you. Like, quit changing on me every day. Like, I've got so many skincare items. I could probably, sell my own, just because of how difficult my skin is, which you can tell currently. If you can see, I got one here and I've got one here and I've got one showing up right in here, and I had the flu last week, so more than likely that's what they're from, and it just kind of brings you down when your skin kind of does that to you all the time. The last thing I picked up is the Anastasia palette. I was kind of skeptical on buying this just because I have the James Charles palette and I have all of the other ones except for the Subculture one, and I just wasn't sure if I wanted to spend $45 on this. when I have these colors in other palettes, but I went ahead and did it anyway, as I am an Anastasia pet lover. I have played around with this palette, so pardon the messiness of it. Currently, I have to say my favorite shade is Mediterranean. It is such a beautiful blue. Like, I really can't get over how, I mean, it is beyond beautiful. And it applies real smoothly. Now I have to say the glitters are really, really chunky. So you do need to be careful. So, I mean, it's just, I like it. I love it. I mean, it's a pretty color. It's just all of the glitters are very, very, very chunky. Bahamas is bright and vibrant if you build up on it, but I'm going to say use it lightly first until you get what you want and where you want it at, and then build it up, because if you got too much product in one place, it's just going to look like a hot mess. But it is also not as neon in the palette on your face too, but it is still very bright. The Canes also goes with it perfectly as a deeper shade. Sails, perfect to put down first before applying the pigments, or putting it on after applying the pigments to give you a little bit of a lighter shade if you want to kind of do an ombre look. Sails is the perfect color to go with it. I have been using it to kind of change my MAC Pro Paint Pot's shade because it's really dark for me and there's not one light enough for me. And then I'll put that over and it kind of evens the skin tone out for me. But the palette, if you don't have the James Charles palette, this is definitely worth an investment. But also the James Charles palette is a lot cheaper than the Rivera palette. In all honesty, it is kind of your preference of what you like. This one has more glitters, which kind of favors to me more than the James Charles palette. But I also love the vibrant blues in the James Charles palette, where I don't have very many of those yet. The Jeffree Star release this Friday, the 29th. You can bet your bottom line that I will have one of the blue buds coming my way. Like, I'm very excited. Blue is my thing. Wait till I give you an apartment tour when I move here in the fall. Almost everything I own is blue. Like, I'm not joking. It's a bad habit. But this is the color that looks the best on me. So that's everything I got. If you want to see kind of a first impressions video on everything and anything that I have shown you, kind of comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Give my video a thumbs up if you would like. And I will see you later this week.